What is up, fight philosophers? We are back for another fight night. We are in Kansas City, which is not quite Kansas, but almost. Okay, it's almost Kansas. We have a couple of switcheroos, a couple of major quirky McQuirksters. It's gonna be an amazing night. Let's give it a dynamic breakdown, start to finish, let you know a little bit more about everybody involved. Here is our agenda. As mentioned, massive switcheroos, and this may be Anthony Smith's last appearance. All right, we have international vibes all over this Kansas City, Missouri card, and as mentioned, Kansas City is not Kansas, but it's almost Kansas. We have those who win via flying knee, and we have many with the cancellation curse. A lot of people who have had some bad luck with cancellations. And this whole card resulted from a cancellation. First, we got our prelims. Up first, we have a women's bantamweight fight that's sure to inspire Katniss versus La Pantera. Chelsea Chandler doesn't have a nickname, and so we had to go with Katniss because she loves to hunt, and specifically, she loves to hunt birds. So no bird is safe. Anyway, Chelsea, she's an Invicta star who rolled into the UFC in 2018. She's from Stockton. Shout out, you know what that means in the UFC. BJJ brown belt right now, coming off of a decision loss, which kind of importantly had a massive weight miss. I mean, what happened, girl? She says it was a bit of a life moment, and that's okay. She's never been finished, so that's some Stockton vibes for you right there. She's on that decision grind, and she's got a bachelor's in business management and law, okay? And as mentioned, no bird is safe. No bird is safe. She's going against Joselyn Edwards, La Pantera, the Panther, which actually is her nickname. She's actually the only fighter from Panama, the only Panamanian fighter in the UFC. That is freaking amazing. Love that. She is a King of the Cage champ, gone to LFA, made her way to the UFC in 2021, and she is a very interesting striker, right? Strikes split everywhere, nearly perfectly even. So she's going to go for your head, legs, and body at the same rate. And I love to see that violence. Okay. And she's only been finished one time via submission. So we're talking durability. We're talking toughness. Her wins are very evenly split as well. So not only are these strikes evenly split, but the wins are evenly split. And she's coming with that positivity. But oh no! Massive weight miss. Not just one, not just two, but three. So we got two gals who unfortunately have a history missing weight going against each other in our first scrap. Next, we have a strawweight bout. We got Jackie going against Dama de Faro. Jackie, she is so pretty, and she reminds me of the Bratz doll Fiona, which is who I pictured in the Versus photo, because her nickname is, I think, just like her shortened name. She doesn't have like a silly nickname. Anyway, and she was a Bratz dolls fan as a kid, as many of us were, and there's an adorable picture of her, posted up, fight stance in the Bratz shirt. But anywho, Jackie, LFA champ, UFC 2021. She's a born fighter, pictures of her as a kid looking out like she's ready to scrap. BJJ black belt, and definitely using it. Subaru, nearly 80% of her total wins, and specifically looking for that arm. Looking for that arm via arm bar, via arm triangle. Just don't give her your arm, right? Yes. And her only loss as of now is in her debut via decision. And that was against Sam Hughes, who we all know is decision durable. The thing about Sam Hughes, okay, is that she's going to turn up the dial and she's going to get that decision win. So, not a bad scratch. And 6 out of those 9 wins are under 2 minutes. Oh, so we're talking blitz. We're talking blitz now, finding the opening. Watch out for this lady early. And she is going against Polyana Viana, okay? And Dama de Faro, which means Iron Lady, the torture device, okay? JFA champ, gone UFC 2018, so been here a while, and it's been a little mixed, all right? It's been a little up, little down, little north, little south, 4 and 6. So still, trying to make it solid here, but we've kind of reached that veteran status, but we haven't seen her in a year and a half, a year .5. We haven't even seen her. Where has she been? She's coming off of 2 losses and 3 cancellations, okay? So this is the cancellation curse. It's all over this card, and here it is right now. She is a submarine, all right? Submarine. So we have 2 subbers who are both looking for the triangles. We have Battle of the Triangle all over this place. Anyway, yes, often in the first round, just like her opponent, and often via some triangle action. One time, some guy tried to rob her. Big mistake. Put him in a chokehold, waited for the cops to come. Obviously, she didn't get in trouble because he started it. So, yeah. And she's a cosplayer and she's a nerd. So that is very fun, very cool aspect of her personality, how she likes to spend her free time. This fight, we got 2 people absolutely looking to finish it quickly. Very curious about Pollyanna because she's been gone for so long. How is this one going to be? Scrapfest. Next, we have a men's bantamweight, Demonster versus the Mongolian Knight. Blackshere, we just saw you. Literally barely a month ago. But welcome back, you know? Yes. If you don't know, Demonster, you gotta know, because Bellator UFC 2022 and already making many waves, one step at a time. That's his motto. He is Submitty Sticky 101. This is one of the stickiest submitters. And you know, this must be some sort of cosmic event because he submitted 2 Codys in a row. Yeah. I know there's a lot of Codys on this planet, but he submitted 2 of them in a row. That's impressive. He is one of only 3 people in the UFC to get a Twister submission, and they all recently got together and hung out, so that's another cosmic event. He has never been subbed, right? Of course. So if you're going to be sticky and submitting people all over the place, oftentimes you're not going to find yourself getting caught. You never know, but this man is one to not get caught in that way. And he is a film study. So if there's one thing you can count on from Blackshere, it's to go back and study the film. It's to look at the film, it's to get learnt, and to get ready. He's absolutely locked in. I feel like you can see it in his eyes. You know, you can really see that he's locked in with those eyes. They're always a bit, you know, he's searching, he's studying everything. I feel like everything that's going in this man's mind is being worked for detail. He's a real smart cookie. And he is going against the Mongolian Knight, Ala Tenheli. Oh yeah, the Mongolian Knight. That's cool. Shout out Mongolia. Shout out One Championship. Shout out Road FC. And he made his way to the UFC in 2019. So, you know, just a couple of years ahead of Blackshere, right? He actually lost to the risen champ, Kai Askara, who, you know, recently made his debut. You know, didn't really come out on top of that one, but, you know, he's still a legend. And if there's one thing to look out for from our Mongolian Knight here, Ala Tenheli, is freestyle wrestling. Actually ranked 3rd in China. I don't know if that's the current ranking, but at one point, I'm telling you, this man followed in his father's footsteps, and he is making him proud. And he is using that wrestling. So will this be one of those cases where it's a battle of the wrestling, or will our wrestlers decide to strike it out because they don't even want to deal with each other's expertise? You know how it goes sometimes when 2 people who are known for their grappling end up striking it out? You know, sometimes that's how it goes. This one's going to be fun, though. Yes, I think that Blackshere, there's really something special about that fella, and we're going to see it. Then we have The Machine, not the one you're thinking, versus MSP. Friends, I know that The Machine, that name is already taken. It's taken by a legend, right? But hear me out. Malcolm Wellmaker, he is a machine. And not only is he a machine, but he's an actual tradesman. So he deserves the name. He can keep it, if you ask me. We can share, okay? A little bit of sharing is a little bit of caring. CMMA champ, on his way to the Dana White's Contender Series, and maybe you saw he had a very violent one-shot KO. I mean, wow, what a setup. Absolutely. He also fought in Beatdown at the Beach, which is just kind of an LOL to me. I mean, I'd love that. Beatdown at the Beach. Anyway. Yeah, so this is his UFC debut for our tradesman with dirty hands and clean money, as he would put it. I don't know if you've heard that slogan. I think it's Makes a lot of sense, but a classic, a classic working man, right? And he's a Southern Belle. So you see 14 fight win streak and you're like, oh my gosh, well, 8-0 though. Like, girl, what are you talking about? If you haven't figured that already, it's, part of that's the amateur record. So, you can discount that if you'd like, but, either way, really coming in with momentum, and he has his wins very evenly split. He's not necessarily needing to finish you early or needing to finish you to knock you out. He can do it all, and this is going to be a very, very exciting debut. Going against MSP, Cameron Simon. So MSP actually means most savage player. That's where his nickname is coming from. But the little character in the corner there is what first came to my mind, which is Movie Star Planet, a game from like 2009 on the internet. Whatever, let's get over it. Okay, EFC Dana White's Contender Series, UFC 2022. But it's been a little north, little south. You know how it is. 3-2 thus far. So, it hasn't been looking amazing, but there's a chance to, to make it back here, obviously, right? Just because you lose a few here. This man has got some major charisma on the mic. There he is right there. Never been subbed. He's very punchy though himself. Very striky, but not really getting subbed as well. So that's fun. Yeah, he definitely prefers the TKO KO finish with those fists. We'll throw in legs, but really with the fists. And any round works. That's something I definitely like to see. Like, he doesn't need to get the finish early. He's, he can get it. We can wait a little bit. But again, coming off of 2 losses, Peyton Talbot, C-Rod. So this is kind of do or die. In the UFC, you can go on a 3-fight losing streak and that'll be it, right? So this, especially for Cameron Simon, is definitely do or die. So I'm really expecting him to put out his best performance in this one. I think that this fight has got a really strong likelihood of having some major fireworks because, 2 really talented guys for sure, but the stakes, we're coming in debut on one side and coming in on a 2-fight losing streak on the other side. So really expecting to see that energy for some different reasons, but I think this should be a really good one. Next, we get lightweights. Okay, the Phenom is going against the Lion in the ring. Evan Elder, he is one of our switcheroos. Evan Elder, he got the old switcher card. He was supposed to be fighting Medeiros, but it's okay. We moved him. We're moving. And he is an LFA Shamrock FC champ. Not LFA, but Shamrock FC champ. Gone UFC. Oh, God. Cat chaos. UFC 2022. He loves Sparta and he's always smiling. He's always been a little goofball as pictured there. He's a little goofy. He's coming off of 2 wins. So we had a rough start, 2 losses, but again, never too late to get that momentum. Listen, we're only human and he's on a comeback right now. But here's the thing about those losses, all right? This is fun. This is fun stuff. So he went to absolute war with Nazim Sadikov, which if you don't know, it's very likely that he is Spider-Man. Like if Spider-Man exists in real life, it's very likely that it's Nazim Sadikov. We don't have to get into that right now. Let me know if you're interested on that theory. Happy to do a video about it. Anyway, but that was a war and it unfortunately ended in a doctor stoppage. Okay, so you know how it is with that. And that's his only, finished loss. So Evan is looking durable, right? He is a striker never subbed. We got another one. We got another strikey who isn't into getting subbed. That's fun. And he's all about that pressure. Love to see that. Love to see that body attack. We are whipping those legs. And you know what? Happy belated birthday. Fun fact, I'm actually filming this early because I'll be not that you necessarily care, but okay, I'm filming this early. I'm filming this the day before his birthday, but when it comes out, it's going to be after his birthday. Whatever. Happy belated birthday, Evan, the Strikey McStriker. And I want to say there's a little part 2. Listen, we're not done with Nazim. Okay, we can't get over him. So they had their fight in 2023, and then flash forward, so Sadikov recently fought, and Evan was actually helping him train for his camp. And, we love to see that. This is the best sport in the world, and that is one of the reasons. That is just so amazing. They put on an absolute violent performance in the ring, and now they're pals. Because that's how it works. That's how it's supposed to work. We know this because we're in, and he is going against Ahmad Hassanzada. Okay. Hassanzada is Lion of the Ring, another LFA, but he just came to the UFC and this is his debut. So we have another really exciting debut. So not a lot of information on our pal here, but he is a subperson. He is a subby submitter stickaroo, 50% of his wins, and he's on a 3-fight win streak. And I just got to tell you this Team Alpha Male Rising Star is stylish. He is really stylish. He is styling all over the place. So yeah, he always has a good fit. Line of the ring. This will be really exciting. A great debut matchup. I am an Evan Elder fan, so I will definitely be rooting for him, crossing my fingers, but we just want to see a good fight. Next, we have men's flyweight Danger going against the Brick, and this is our featured prelim. Unless something happens between when I film this and when this is posted. All right. Matt, the Dangerous Schnell, Golden Gloves. So we got a boxer on our hands. Watch out. Watch out for this headhunter who likes to get submitty with it. LFC champ, UFC 2016. So he's been in it. He's been in the UFC as long as I've been watching it. 6-7 so far, though. Oh, Matty Matt, we got to get in the win column. We got to get it going because we are on a 3-fight TKO losing streak. I don't like to see that. Come on, Mr. Southern Belle. Let's get back into this. And he is a triangle choker. Okay, so here's another fight where we got two people who are looking for the triangle. We got two people who all they see are triangles. That's all they see. And if you wonder who that person pictured in the corner is, I'm not going to tell you. Figure it out. Jimmy, the Brick Flick. Oh, Brick Flick. Yes, he is a brick. He's pretty durable. BJJ black belt, all over the MMA scene. I mean, regional titles, big titles, LFA, Dana White's Contender Series, UFC 2020. And if there's one thing about Jimmy, it's that he's got that gremlin jiu-jitsu. Self-described, all right? 15 submission wins, looking for that triangle, coming off a decision loss. Let's get back into that win column. The thing is he's durable, but he's not. All right. He's a little bit TKO, KO loss susceptible, but never subbed. All right. And he's good vibes. Jimmy. For that fun featured prelim, we got two triangle-minded folks who are going to be flying because they're flyweights. And flyweights pretty much always deliver. It's very rare that you see a boring flyweight fight on either side. So pretty smart pick for the featured prelim because we got some experience and we got some flair coming. And now we're on the main card. Starting off with some middleweights, Coyote versus Sergey Pano. Ikram Aliskerov, 31 years old. He doesn't have a nickname, but he reminds me of a coyote because they're fierce, they're cool. Coyotes are cool. So, yeah, he gets Coyote. Yes. He is a Sambo legend. World champ, Euro champ, been all over the Sambo world. Eagle FC classic, right? Classic for our Russian fellows, and etc. Okay? Also classic. Dana White's Contender Series 2022. This man is active with the striking. He is, yes, so active. Loving to see that. He isn't necessarily officially affiliated with American Top Team, I don't think, but he's working there. And he's working with Abbas, okay, who we also on this card. Coming off of a loss and 3 canceled bouts. Ugh, cancellation curse. But here's what you got to know, okay? You got to know one thing about this Coyote is he was thrown to the wolves. He was thrown to the wolves. Yeah, it's okay to have a TKO loss to Whitaker and Chimaev, right? Can we agree? I think that we can agree that it's okay that your stock doesn't drop that much and that he can still become a legend, right? Love this. He's a flying knee Kimura type. This guy has creativity. He's got creativity written all over him, and this is only his 4th UFC appearance. Can you, right? And he is on his way. Going against Andre Munoz, Dana White's Contender Series as well, but back in 2018. He is submitted Torino, right? Submittee, about 60% of his wins, and he loves that armbar. He's just a sticky guy. This guy's going to stick all over you. And he's also a family man, and his mom is his hero. His mom is his hero, and I love that. 2 canceled bouts. Again, this cancellation curse is all over this card. We haven't even seen him since 2023. It has been 2023 since we've seen Andre Munoz. We've missed you. We've missed the action. He's back. Coming off of a split win, and he is a smarty pants. He's got a physical education degree, and he used to teach. He used to use that degree. Actually, I don't know. Maybe he still teaches. That is going to be a technical one. That's going to be really, really fun. Great way to start out the main card because that is going to be some high level stuff. Next, we have Rude Boy going against the Danish Dynamites. Rude Boy Randy Brown, our Jamaican friend. Yes, that is where the Rude Boy nickname is coming from. It's a little bit of some Jamaican history for you there. ROC champ, UFC 2016. You know, we've seen Randy Brown. We know him. We know that he comes in for that performance. Randy Brown is excellence. He is excellence. When I think Randy Brown, I'm thinking combinations. I'm thinking putting it together. That's what I associate with Randy Brown. He is the setup type guy. He has had 19 UFC appearances so far. So we are veteran. We are veteran status. Coming off of a split loss to Brian Battle, who's been doing pretty well in the UFC. He's a little, you know, that's a weirdo, but love him. Randy Brown wins pretty much every way. He really is an everyman, so he can set it up and he can make it happen anyway. He wants to finish for sure. Randy Brown is definitely looking for the finish, but he can take it to decision. He can take it to submission. We'd love to see it. He's a heavy hitter. I mean, Randy Brown has put people on their ass, and he comes in with those boxing combos. And let me tell you, the jab is in. It's in fashion. It is in style, and it is looking good on Randy. Randy knows how to work that jab and mix in the takedowns. It's like, that's my favorite thing, setting up some real awesome boxing combinations, you know, blasting him with confusion, and then going for the level change. And it makes sense why he's so quirky and why he has such a diverse way of moving, because Anderson Silva is his hero. That's who he looks up to. He is going against Nicholas Dalby, the Danish Dynamite, certified sweetie. I can't believe he's 40 years old. Time flies, I guess. CWFC, UFC stint, right? So he was in the UFC, got cut, made it back. Here he is. Hey, what's up? He's a karate guy, and he learned karate as bully defense. Get away, bullies. And he's never been finished, so we're talking durable. We're talking durability all over this guy. That's why he's dynamite. One of the reasons. He's also just so exciting, you know, that karate shit. And coming off of a split decision loss, and he was on a 4-fight win streak prior. So I would say that momentum has hardly slowed. All right, it was a bit of a, you know, it's not like he got steamrolled. He's doing good. And he is MMA. That's why this fight is going to be really exciting, because he mixes it up as well with the grappling, with the takedowns, with the clinch. And he's an ally. He's a friend, and he doesn't believe in heroes. Okay. So one person who Anderson Silva is his hero, and one person who doesn't believe in heroes. That's fun. Certified sweetie, right? Positive mental attitude all over this guy. This is going to be amazing. I am really looking forward to this fight because it's going to be MMA. I'm really convinced that it's not going to stay on the feet. It's not going to stay on the ground. It's going to be a mixed bag. We're going to mix it up, and we're going to bake some MMA cookies on this one. It's going to be just, yes, because the thing about Nicholas Dalby and the thing about Randy Brown is they set it up. They set it up, and they do quirky stuff. So this one is going to be quirky. It's going to be high level. There's a lot of quirksters on this card. I suspect that there's going to be some blood. This is two really durable guys who are just throwing everything. We're going to see it all. Next, we have the Ninja going against the Silent Assassin. Now that sounds like a fight. Featherweights. And it is. This will be a great fight. So we have Giga Chikadze. We missed you. A little bit of injury, a little bit of cancellations. I'm telling you, it's all over this card. It's all over it. Glory Kickboxing, and boy is he. I mean, there was a time where we thought Giga Kick was going to have to be trademarked. Because this man, he can put on some absolute punishment with those legs. That's what he's known for. We're coming off a decision loss to Allen, but never been knocked out. Gamer. Performance of the night ×4 and in a row. And one fight of the night performance. I mean, seriously, this guy, it's amazing. UFC debut in 2019, and he has already garnered a serious following and done so much. He's one of the Georgian legends. I mean, come on. This is amazing. Fortunate about the injury. He's coming back. This guy's artsy. Let me tell you about this. Beautiful picture of him and his lady. They look amazing over there. And he is looking cool in a lot of photos. He's got that, he likes to set it up. So check out his Instagram for some artistic inspiration. And he's going against David Onama, the silent assassin, repping Kansas. I mean, listen, we're not in Kansas. We're just close, but that's cool. He's, pretty much, I would say, he's definitely the person who's living closest to where this card is taking place, right? So he's repping this card. He is the representative, and he's been watching UFC since he was a kid. This is his dream, and he made his way to the UFC in 2021. He's 5-2, so we're doing all right. But we're doing really good right now with a 3-fight win streak. Hello, yes. He's a finisher, likes to keep it striky, but we have that submission in it back up. We're ready for MMA. And he's never been finished, only a decision loss. I am really excited to see Giga Chikadze. He's just like he's definitely one of my favorite active fighters right now because violence, okay? And that Giga kick, we almost trademarked it. Next, we have Demolidor versus Spider-Man 2099. Michelle Pereira, this list, I could have made it longer, but it just simply wouldn't fit. Daredevil. Demolidor, he's the Daredevil, XFC, RFC, SBC champ, UFC 2018. I remember when this guy debuted, seriously one of the first people that I remember, significantly remember seeing his start because you can't not remember this guy. What has backflip strike? Have you heard of it? No, because it's not real, but it is in his handbook. It's who he is, okay? I can't explain it. It's not... Sure, you could call it capoeira mixed with karate, mixed with BJJ, mixed with being a Zumba instructor, but I just call it Michelle Pereira, okay? Yes. So over 50% of his losses are via decisions, and right now he's coming off of a stoppage loss, so hate to see that, but looking to get it back. Half of his strikes are to the body. He's a weirdo. He's very rarely subbed, but he's also not much of a subber himself. So just kind of avoiding the world of submissions in general. He is so creative, brave, and insane. He seriously brings the energy. Performance of the night × 5, fight of the night × 2, so it's working. Okay? And funny, maybe you remember the slap altercation. It was at a weigh-in or a media day. He got slapped by his opponent, and then he slapped him back in the fight. Led to an actual slap fight. Yeah. Another flying knee, crazy man. And also, like I said, backflip strikes. You heard me correctly. And he's a dog rescuer. Okay? He's out there doing his part, saving animals from floods and such rather. And he's a blacksmith. He's just a good citizen. But 4 canceled bouts in a row, oh my God. And multiple weight misses. So we have some cancellations. We have injuries. We have weight misses. Oh my goodness. And he's going against Abis Magomedov, 34, PFL. He's not actually Spider-Man 2099. He just kind of gives me those vibes. Handsome. Yeah, he's after the top 15, so he's keeping his goals reasonable and he's locked in. The fact that he's saying, oh, I'm after the top 15 and he's not out here being I want to be champion, it's just a testament to who he is as a person, which is patient and locked in. We might be coming off of 2 wins, but we're not getting greedy about it, and I love that. Because we have 21 finishes. He has 21 finishes. He could be getting greedy. But this little choker is staying humble. He's a frequent at ATT, right? Okay, so we're getting some good training in. This is going to be great. Patience versus crazy. Michelle Pereira, welcome. We love to see your crazy. Can't wait to see his crazy. Can't wait to see his cuckoo crazy. It's going to be cuckoo crazy. Then we made it to our co-main event, potentially the last time that we are going to see Lionheart going against Mountain Tiger, who is on his way up, actually, one of the younger people on this card. Anthony. Oh, Anthony. Okay, Anthony. Shout out Anthony Smith. Absolute veteran, Nebraska. So, he's also repping on this card, Midwestern, more Midwesternness. Strike Force. Remember Strike Force? The Strike Force to UFC pipeline? Yeah. He had a UFC stint and then had to make his way back after doing some Bellator stuff, and now he's a veteran. Flash forward. BJJ Black Belt, who's also a finisher. He's a little bit decision loss susceptible. We've kind of seen him, lose a little gas, lose a little steam. But he's a legend. He's done a lot. He's fought so many legends. Anthony Smith he has done it. And he has fulfilled an amazing career. 36, right? So it's all good to hang it up. And, rumor has it that this is going to be his last appearance. This will be his last fight. His previous appearance was not a good look against Dominic Reyes. That was rough. Okay, he was yelling, telling him, I want to feel something. But we got to give him a break because he's been going through it. Life stuff, life happens. I don't think that this was maybe the best fight for him to take. We'll get to it. But anyway, last fight didn't look great. Stoppage loss. We're 2-6 in the last 8, so makes sense that this is going to be his retirement fight. That's the plan. That's what we heard out of the horse's mouth. He told us himself. And if you don't know, Anthony Smith I'm sure you know, he's a analyst, podcaster. He's a regular at the desk. He gives some pretty good takes, and he's easy to listen to. And he likes golf. And he's going against Mingyang Zhang, the Mountain Tiger. Look at that handsome devil. Okay, Sanda. Okay, WLF champ. This is his 3rd UFC appearance, so pretty much the inverse. I mean, he's only 26. Anthony Smith is 10 years his senior, and this guy's got 12 wins via knockout. He has literally never won via decision. He doesn't even know what decision is. We are on an 11-fight win streak as well. Oh my gosh, really feeling himself, right? As he should. He's very active with the strikes, like suspiciously active, so active. This fight is a little unfortunate. I kind of wish that Anthony was taking a retirement fight against someone who was in a similar place in their career. It's just, yeah. If Anthony Smith gets it done and pulls Mingyang into like a really uncomfortable decision position, that would be cool. But Anthony Smith is kind of decision loss susceptible. The last appearance was just really rough. That was really rough. I don't know if I was Anthony Smith's manager that I would have suggested him go against a rising star at for his last fight. Maybe not super wise, but I think that it has a lot of really great potential. And I'm really excited to see Mingyang Zhang just do more in the UFC. I want to see how he does against a legend in the light heavyweight division. That's a great co-main. That's drama too. That's absolutely drama. That is so much drama. Tears either way, right? And then we made it to our main event. Oh my word, this fight is going to be absolute fireworks. I am so inspired by the Nightmare going against the Future. And the Nightmare, that oil painting there, that is a 1781 painting by a Swiss artist named Henry Fuseli. Shows a nightmare. And obviously maybe you don't know, but then we have Back to the Future pictured on our right. So who is the Nightmare in the Future? I'm just kidding. You know the Nightmare. Carlos Prates, he was my fighter of the year for 2024, kind of tied with Joaquin Buckley. But yeah, these welterweights, they are amazing. Anyway, this welterweight, he is amazing. The Nightmare, one champion, LFA, Dana White's Contender Series, UFC 2023. Carlos found fighting to stay straight, and yes, he still might be smoking cigarettes, but it's all good. We got time to learn. He's a Muay Thai type guy. It's tatted all over his chest, but he's got that BJJ black belt too, of course. I'm loving that embracing of both the arts, as you do. And he is on an 11-fight win streak right now. Like, he likes to end it. 4 fight finishes in 2024 for this man. That is despicable. Oh my gosh. And they are 4 performance of the nights in a row as well. And 2 of them are left hooks. Oh my gosh. I'm in. That's all I got to say. All I got to say is I am all in on Carlos Prates. I'm not sure that I've drank the Fighting Nerds Kool-Aid yet, but I got to say that I'm really excited about this. Okay. He, like I said, my fighter of the year. Carlos Prates was supposed to be fighting Jeff Neal, and they scrapped it. And he's going to be getting an opportunity to fight Ian Machado Garry, which, okay, yes, the fight was supposed to be on UFC 314, and so it would have been, just a little bit more visibility, but he doesn't even need that. This is a better opportunity because it's someone higher in the rankings. Not only that, but Ian already beat Jeff Neal. So Yes, it's great. This is a really great opportunity for Carlos. The switcheroo definitely is a better opportunity for him than the fight that he had booked. And oh my gosh. And he is going against Ian, the future Machado Garry. Okay, fighting is his dream. He started boxing at the little age of 10 and he was a judo black belt by age 18. So he's been embracing that mixed martial arts mindset from a very early age, and it really shows in his game. I mean, I think he's special. I do. I think that he's special. I think he's got a really impressive arsenal. I mean, this guy knows how to fight. He really does. And he's tough. Cage Warriors champion. Made his way to the UFC in 2021. Strikey McStrikey. He is evasive. Takedown defense. We're evasive. He's very, very evasive, but not in a boring way. Okay? He gets a little bit of hate for being cringe, for being a weirdo, for being Conor McGregor, wanting to be Conor McGregor Jr. I think that people need to chill. I think that he's and that people are a little bit too mean to him. A little too mean to him. He seems like a pretty decent guy, but more importantly, he is a good fighter. He's incredible. He really puts on a show, and like a lot of people are surprised, myself included, at the odds right now. I think that he should be a favorite because he's proven to be durable. He is coming off of the loss to Shavkat, and they're throwing him to the wolves again. They're throwing him to the wolves, and they're putting his ranking on the line. They're putting they're thrusting him in front of a finisher who has yet to not make that happen and to not finish someone in the UFC. But Ian is tough, and he has such an arsenal. He is an incredible fighter. I mean, yeah, he has got what it takes. They both are going to bring the violence. This is a really amazing opportunity for Carlos to really, really propel himself into that title contention. I mean, this is definitely his biggest competition. No doubt. No doubt Ian Machado Garry is going to give Carlos the biggest fight that he has seen. I think that it's going to be a war. I think that this will be a war. I don't think that Carlos is going to be getting the finish on Ian Garry. I think that if he does get the win, he's going to have to do it via decision. Because, yeah, I just don't think based on Ian's vibes that he's going to accept getting finished. I mean, I guess we'd have to see. But his lone loss is via decision. He really has proven to be durable, to be tough, to be smart. They both make really great adjustments. But as I said, Carlos was my fighter of the year for 2024. So this is just hype. This is great. I think that this was a really great save on the UFC side. Like having to cancel the Roundtree Hill fight, that's really unfortunate. We'll see it later, but they saved it. They absolutely saved it with this. This is going to be amazing. So let me know which fight that you're most looking forward to. I gotta say, I think I'm most looking forward to the main event. There's just so many implications. Obviously top 10, but Carlos has been riding on with some insane steam, and Machado Garry has only one scratch, and it's not like he got blown over by Shavkat. So these are two guys who haven't had a lot of weaknesses exposed. So that is a really exciting opportunity to see them in some tough situations. It's gonna be great because I think it's gonna be tough. I don't think either of them are gonna get an easy win. Could be wrong. You never know. This is MMA, but that is what I anticipate. I anticipate some absolute toughness. And feel free to let me know anything else about you.